Episode 6 gave us family, chaos, emotional grenades, one very endangered child, and because this is a Turkish Dizi, actual fire.
Welcome back to Overanalyze Turkish Dizis, because apparently someone has to supervise these fictional families. Before we continue overanalyzing everyone's bad decisions, let's thank our first sponsor.
The AI Genius Club. The AI Genius Club. Not the Al Genius Club, like this neurodivergent red. For $59 a month, you get access to a whole line of AI tools from writing, research, images, video, voice, and more. It is basically a Dizi cast list of AI, but with fewer secrets and better productivity.
The link is on the screen and in the description below.
Hugs and kisses.
Now, back to you, Lynn, for the start of our Dizi debrief.
All right, let's start with the cliffhanger of the last episode. We finished the episode with Zeynep, Berrak, and Serhat in sort of this triangle of tension because Berrak gave Kader back to the people in the neighborhood that were, whip, whoop, whoop, whipping boy her. So that was kind of where we left off. And what I liked about what the start of this episode you see is one of my favorite things, which is you start seeing Serhat looking at Zeynep in a new light, in a new way. He's like, wait a second. Am I stupid? Yeah, I think I might be stupid. Like, it was so clearly like,
yeah.
And part of the first intro of the episode, Berrak insults Zeynep in a certain way, and Serhat is like, "You're not even fit to tie her shoelaces," and Barak's like, "Oh God." She's got more of a hold than I realized. And here's the kicker is she doesn't have a hold because she doesn't want them.
No. She just wants to take care of Kader and get out of there. She's the only one that really cares about Kader. The rest of them just want to manipulate. And that's one thing that this episode over and over and over just made me so irate, is that Berrak, she doesn't care really about any of her kids, but particularly Kader. She doesn't even try to pretend she cares about her, but yet she manipulates her right out of the gate so that Kader actually is willing to go with that family that abused her to stay there because she wants her mother's attention and love. And, oh, my lands, Berrak just manipulates her to the point where I literally was saying out loud to myself watching this, I just want to kill her. I hope I never meet that actress in real life because I think I might punch her.
You're like, how do you... Here's the thing. This is hands down the worst character as far as the worst type of person that could ever be written. Like, if you wanted to know all the bad qualities in a wife and a woman, you just have to look at Berrak. Like, she is the perfect representation of the antithesis of wife. Like, she is just horrible. Like, I mean, she's Joffrey from Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones lovers will get that reference where you're like, they even hated the actor that played them.
Yeah.
Where they're like, they played a role so good that I just don't like you as a person anymore.
No, exactly. That's the way I feel too.
And I'm like, I bet she's super sweet, but I'm also
she probably is nice as can be in real life. But
that character.
I know. And when Serhat finally is so sick of her that he decides he's just going to get the girls, take them to dinner, and tell them that he's divorcing their mother. So he is ready to do that. At first, I couldn't figure out what on earth she was doing. She goes and hops in this shower.
A cold shower.
And stays in there as long as she can until she's so cold she can barely move. Then she goes outside in the breeze And part of that is a bit of a Turkish cultural superstition that if you sleep or get under a breeze when you're wet or as cold, that you'll get sick, that you'll catch a cold. And they do. I think it's like a mental thing that they've programmed themselves that if they sleep with the window open and all that kind of thing, they feel like that they'll wake up with a cold. And many times they do. And I never have that I know of, at least from that. But
I mean, I live in the South, so we constantly will sleep with the window open.
Mm-hmm.
It just smells good.
Yeah.
It feels better. I mean,
right.
It's, sitting out on the front porch for hours just because you're outside.
Yeah. So when I saw her go outside all wet like that, I thought she's trying to get sick. She is deliberately trying to get sick. And she does. She gets a temperature from doing that, probably put her body in shock.
Yeah.
And so, of course.
And she uses that to gain leverage. Like, this is the most evil plotting woman. Like, she's just over here. It's nothing that she does is to help anyone else. It's only to further what she wants and her ambition.
Herself.
And she's not that smart.
That's
what gets me about it, is that she's doing a lot of stuff that the thing is she's just coming off as stupid in this episode. Like, girl, what are you doing?
Well, and what ticked me off so much, as most of what she does has that effect on me, but so Sevim, her mother-in-law, who doesn't know what an absolute jerk she is, comes to take care of her and is all sympathetic for her because she's saying, oh, you just got out of the hospital after being in a coma and everybody left you here by yourself. And so she calls the girls. So she tries to call Serhat, but he's determined to tell the girls that he's going to divorce their mother. And I don't know if he's going to give them as an excuse, but anyway, and so she starts calling the girls' phone to tell them, why on earth did you leave your mother? She's ill. You need to get home and be here with her right away. And then when they all show up, and of course, Serhat's like, oh boy, eye rolling because he knows she's done something.
Yeah. She orchestrated all of it.
Yes. And he's starting to recognize her pattern now because he didn't see all that before, but now his eyes are getting very wide open.
His rose-colored glasses have been removed.
They've been just totally fell off of his face, I'm telling you. And then she has the nerve, after her sending her 6-year-old daughter, Kader, back to those horrible people, that part of all this, she's just so glad that her daughters love her because her mother abandoned her when she was 6 years old and didn't want to have anything to do with her. I just wanted to reach through the screen. I mean, oh.
Well, and here's what also pissed me off. I paused for a second. I was like, are you kidding me? When she thought that Serhat had slept with Sedef. And
she hasn't done that yet.
I thought this was in the next part. This is in the next scene.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
It hasn't happened yet, but she you're fine.
All right, so where are we at in the timeline that you? Because I was over here like, what? Yeah. There was a question that I had when we get to cultural stuff. I had cultural.
Okay. Yeah, let me know.
All right.
Okay, so
you want me to ask them now, or just wait till the end when we do the cultural?
Let's wait till the end. Yeah, okay. Let's do it then. But yeah, just don't forget. So Berrak obviously laps up all the attention as much as she can, but by the next day she's fine, and Serhat isn't in the least bit sympathetic towards her.
And then John comes over, doesn't? Yeah.
And John comes in after they all leave and is talking to her. And what I didn't know was I thought he did it so Serhat wouldn't see him because he thought Serhat might get a little upset because remember, John knew.
Yes. John knew about the pregnancy, knew about the baby, but didn't know about the father. So he had come to talk to Berrak about, come on, just tell us who the father is. Just tell us who the father is. Yes. And she's like, nah.
And she said she was really, really scared of him. And so I'm just like, as evil as you are, I can't imagine that he's even worse than you. So I think you're probably his equal if you would just quit being so stupid, honestly. Yeah.
But then, given the show's dynamic, there's a secret behind the secret, wrapped up in the secret, and then you unfold it, and there's a little pocket in it, and it's got another secret.
Yeah.
We got a pocket full of secrets over here.
And I had forgotten that the reason that John knew about Kader was she knew that she was already blackmailing him because she knew that he really wasn't the one that was driving that car that he went to prison for. It was Azra. And so the fact that he went to prison for Azra led her to believe this is something he doesn't want to come out. So, of course, then she blackmails him on that. Mm-hmm. So she doesn't think that he'll ever tell Serhat, but they've all started to see her real colors. So
they really have. They have so. Oh.
And do you remember, the next thing I have anyway is that Zeynep is not there, right? So she finally leaves and goes home. She's back at home. Yeah. With her family.
And they fight, the 3 siblings. And the mother going, you guys are idiots. You guys all brought this family upon us. Zeynep, you started it. Mustafa, you aggravated. And Abru, whatever you're doing, we don't trust.
Exactly. Well, that poor mother. Boy, yeah, because she's trying so hard to have all of her children go the right way in life. I guess that's part of the role of a mother, at least a good mother, but not like Berrak. But then, so Serhat's trying to be nice to Zeynep, and I think, personally, my opinion, I think he misses her. So he takes her pepper plant back to her. Remember that pepper plant?
Yes. And they were there like, what? You want to make sure that you got me fully out of the house? Can't have
she had such an attitude. It made me laugh.
Such an attitude. And then he gets a phone call. What was the phone call about?
Oh, because he deliberately left Berrak there by herself after John talked to her so that he could track her phone because he thought after John talked to her. So it shows later in the episode, I'd forgotten about this, but it shows that actually he's the one that sent John there to talk to her. John wasn't doing it behind his back. He was doing it on Serhat's behalf, but Berrak didn't know that. So they knew that would trigger her to go and meet with her lover, whoever the real father was. That was the whole point of that little digging expedition. And so he gets a call that she's on the move from the people that are tracking her. And that's what the call is when he's there talking to Zeynep.
And Zeynep's sitting there going, okay, you know what? Oh, if I don't go with him, then he's going to do something stupid. He's going to become a murderer. All right, you know what? And she gets in the car. She's like, I'm only going so that I can protect the father of Halal and Ilkram, because otherwise, without me, you're an idiot.
Yeah, his anger always gets the best of him.
Mm-hmm. So. And he's sitting there smirking because he knew that she was going to come. And he's sitting there like, mm-hmm. I know what's going. Serhat's very intelligent. They have written a very intelligent character with him, and he pays more attention, and you can see his reaction to other people's behavior. The way that actor actually acts with the micro expressions and everything, like it's truly just great for someone as neurodivergent as I am. I love someone whose face is that expressive.
Yeah, he's very good. He is. He's really, really good. But what happens when they find Berrak? I thought that was kind of funny.
Oh, because he gets all, so she's just sitting there sipping her tea, and he gets all uppity, and he's like, and she's like, take my phone. Did you call him? Where is your lover? And she's like, take my phone. And so he's like, woman, hey server, did she use your phone? And the server's like, yeah, she did. He goes, let me see your phone to see who she called. And that woman deleted the phone call after she made it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she deliberately did that because she told Serhat, I figured you'd be tracking my phone. So I thought that you and I could just have a nice little chat because she's always trying to get him back. But she had no idea that he was going to bring Zeynep.
Yes. And he's like, wait, right? Yes, that's right.
That was perfect.
Why did you bring her?
Yeah. Why her?
What Berrak doesn't understand is that 15-day period while she was in a coma and he did the divorce, that he has had all that time while she's in a coma to get over her.
Right.
And
he's already moved on.
Doesn't have any love towards her at all anymore.
No, that betrayal, her betrayal just totally destroyed his love for her.
I mean, destroyed the trust, destroyed the love.
Yes.
I mean, you can't have one without the other, and he definitely, yes.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yes. And then you go next, because I can't.
Okay.
It's the timeline of it, because there's so much going on in an episode. I can't remember the timeline. I can recall.
Yeah. Well, okay, so I'm going to bring this in because this has gone on like multi times over the episode and the episodes up to this point. So the next thing that ticked me off, this whole episode just ticked me off so many times.
It so much because I was like,
it's Mustafa and Audra.
I'm going to interrupt you because I wrote this down. I said they have secrets that they talk about constantly, but secret, like, so they have all these secrets that they talk about with other people publicly, but secrets is the currency in their world. So, and Berrak is evil. I actually wrote that down. Berrak is evil.
Yes, she is. She is absolutely, her manipulation knows no bounds. But Mustafa and Azra just totally
are idiots. But I want to go back to that cafe scene with Berrak.
Okay.
Did you notice something that they did artistically in that scene? Serhat is dressed all in black. Berrak is dressed all in white. And then Zeynep has a white top and like a green bottom. The colors that they chose for that scene, where they did the role reversal, because Serhat was going to act bad, but he's still the protagonist. Constantly the protagonist. And Berrak is showing that, it's like a play on the old West.
Trying to be all innocent. Yeah.
Like she's trying to be all pure and everything, when in actuality you should,
that's such a joke of the highest order.
But I was like, I love the play in that scene. I've written that down.
They do that quite a bit. Yeah, I like how they mix the colors of what they're wearing.
They make the clothes tell part of the story.
They do. Absolutely.
All right. Sorry.
So, I'm just so sick of, Azra, she's married. I know she's married to a real creep, real jerk, Jihan, but she needs to leave Mustafa alone. And Mustafa, he is a typical man that wants to help somebody. He's a good guy. He's honest-hearted, and he feels sorry for her, and I feel sorry for her too, but she needs to leave him alone.
I'm going to tell you, I want to feel sorry for her, but I do not feel sorry for her, because as a woman who is, knows what rock bottom is, I don't feel sorry for someone who's being treated in a cushy palace and doesn't have to worry about food and shelter.
Right.
And takes care of her. She's getting what she wants out of it. Now, obviously Jihan is a horrible character, but she's also willing to accept it. She has no back.
It feels like she has no choice, but
it feels like she has no choice, but that doesn't
mean really does.
Doesn't mean she doesn't have a choice. There's always a choice. It's the choice to stay, but own up to the fact that you are choosing the easier, while still difficult road. There are always, like, she can choose a harder road. This is just the lesser of two evils. And she needs to get, like, that's where it kind of works with it, is we'll sometimes choose the harder path. We'll choose the harder love because we believe that it's going to get better. It's not. Right. But she's made that choice.
Yeah.
She can do it. She just would have to, she'd have to run away and hide to do it.
Yeah.
So I just want to point out there is an alternative road. It's just a hell of a lot bumpier. So
and she's I think she's conditioned herself to feel like she can't do it without a man. So that's why she's turned to Mustafa, because she feels like he'll be a guy that will step up and potentially help her. Well, she could just sell everything that Jihan has ever given her, get some money, and leave.
She would have to disappear. That is the absolute only way. So yes, she is stuck between a rock and a hard place that she has spent years wedging herself deeper into. And what she's doing with Mustafa is unfair. Let that man go.
Yes.
Let that man go. You chose your bed. You chose your closet to be locked up in.
Yeah.
Let that man go because he is an honest and good man and he wants to help you, but you don't want to help yourself.
Yeah, it just kind of makes me want to gag. I just want to go.
Like, leave that boy alone. Just leave that boy.
I know.
But she gets from him something she doesn't get from Jihan, which is,
well, of course,
pure actual love.
Right.
It's conditional. So yes, but leave that alone.
I agree. So what do you think about Halal being so manipulated by Berrak that she
Okay, so
has her
first off,
episode?
This hit so many boxes for me when Berrak was like, I need you to lie to your therapist and tell her that you don't know what you're going to do if your parents were to split up. You'd probably commit suicide. Like, I'm going to tell you the fact that Berrak put that thought, because here's the problem. She put that thought in that child's head now.
That's right.
Because that child knows that she can always use that as a threat, number one. But number two, that's so fucking evil. Excuse my language on that.
Well, plus, she also told her, you are the only one that can save this marriage.
She also said, we love you more than your sister.
My word, that woman.
I mean, literally every horrible sentence that a mother could say to a child. She has got 3 children and she has said them all. Like, any possible horrible sentence the mother can say, this woman has said to all 3 of her children.
It's nuts. Yeah.
I mean, they wrote a horrible character. And poor sweet Kader. She loves her mother. She loves her mother so much, and because she's a 6-year-old child, she's over there like, sure, I'm not going to talk to Zeynep.
But yet, even when Berrak promises her she'll come to see her, she doesn't. She calls and tells her that she's not coming and is just really rude and nasty to her.
Yeah.
Isn't it interesting how that little child wants her mother's love so badly, even though she is crazy about Zeynep? When Berrak tells her not even to talk to her, she does her best to not talk to her. I just thought that's so sad, because here's somebody that really loves you and wants your best, Kadarsh, but because you're so fixated on this mother that is never going to love you, but somehow you don't know that.
But she's seeing. Because the one thing that Kadarsh learned in this episode was how to tell a lie.
Yes, she did.
She did. She learned how to tell a lie, and that Tule and Erkan are being paid quite handsomely to take care of her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, what do we have next in the timeline?
Kind of kills me. Yeah.
I'm about to get to the cliffhanger.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah. I think next we ought to talk about, so there's this other thing that's going on, that Jihan has been continuing to use the hotel to do all of his crooked dealings. But John and Serhat, well, John, he's very good at doing that. They found the guy that was the one that.
But what Jihan did with Abru.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Oh.
He knows exactly how to play her. So he and Berrak are just about even when it comes to being evil, in my opinion.
Yes. But Abru had gotten so angry because, so Jihan, they were sitting there chatting and hanging out, and Chihan was like, well, what did you use the money that you got? I mean, obviously you got money from Serhat. What did you use it for? And she's like, to pay back debts because my scoundrel of an ex-boyfriend stole from me, blah bitty blue bitty. And she's like, and Chihan was like, well, what would you do? And she's like, I'd break his legs if I could see him. And he found that attractive.
Of course he did, because he's an evil person. She was just venting frustration, but he's truly evil.
But here's the thing, is that he goes then and finds him and presents his gift to Ebru. And she's like, all right, you get 5 minutes with him. And he ends up having to pull Ebru off of her.
You can't blame her.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. Let me be honest with you. There are some people that if you gave me I just need 3 minutes with them, they won't walk away. They won't be conscious if you give me 3 minutes. Just gonna go ahead and tell you that.
That's how Ebru felt right then.
I would have been a lot meaner than Ebru, and that would have been like, I would have gone Hulk out. Like, you couldn't pull me off of them. I'd be like,
exactly. So that was kind of funny, honestly. I thought he got exactly what he deserved.
He did. I had zero sympathy for him.
No,
and
no sympathy for that idiot. Yeah.
Ebru felt powerful.
Yeah,
and she's going to get addicted to that because what Chihan did was also to Azra, he did the whole, he faked, leaving her and told her that he had told the cops about that car accident and had actors as policemen come and arrest her. And he's like, see what I can do to you. I can make it hurt.
I'm telling you.
You gotta stay with me. And Azra's like, okay. I mean, in all honesty, like, if I was in that point, I'd be like, you know what? I've accepted that I'm going to jail now. So now here's this new idea that, you know what? Is jail better than being here with you? You know,
well,
but yeah, so and then he tells her later on, if you remember, because Berrak the neighbors saw them, Tulu saw them and let Berrak know.
Yes.
Because even when Berrak came and visited Kader, she's like, don't hug on me. I don't like hugs. She's like, no, don't, here's, and Kader should made her a necklace as well. But Tulu had heard that and told Berrak that, what is Chihan doing with the sister, with Ebru? And Berrak mentions that to Azra to get Chihan in trouble. Yeah. And Azra's like, what are you doing? After everything, you're cheating on me? He's like, no, but I'm going to let you know that I've got options. So if you do not stay straight, then just know that your replacement is in the wings. And I was like, ooh.
Yeah, he has no remorse over anything that he does.
No.
He's just an idiot. But one thing I thought was really interesting? So in the background, Zeynep is still going around saying, even though she didn't sleep with Serhat, she's implying it at every turn, trying to get Berrak to believe it. But Berrak somehow, maybe she does believe it, but she doesn't care because now she can throw that in Serhat's face.
And she did.
Yes, and
one thing that pissed me off was that she was like, see, now you're just like me. I want to be like, woman, you went and had a secret baby that you didn't take care of. If you were smart enough, then you would have been like, hey, Serhat, we got pregnant again.
Right.
Why did you not just
been the wiser.
Yeah, why did you just not say this is your child? Like, instead you fabricated a whole other life for this child.
Yeah,
it's
so bizarre. It's such a bizarre decision that she made. Yeah. I don't know, unless there's something that they're not telling us, that maybe that there was some reason that she knew that Serhat would know that there was no way that she could have gotten pregnant. I mean, I don't know.
There could be, vasectomy situation.
Right. Right. That's the only thing I can think of is that.
If with a woman who's so comfortable with lying, why
not? Yeah. Why not just lie and claim this child? Yeah. He would have never known.
Yeah.
He wouldn't have guessed.
Would have never known.
But guess who's really bothered that they think that he cheated with Zeynep, though? That's what I think is interesting. Zeynep. She's like, well, that's why she doesn't want to talk to him. I was like, why is she being so rude to him? She thinks that he went and slept with Zeynep.
Because Ebru overheard Zeynep talking and then told her sister, and then they had the whole showdown in the street before she goes to the interview, and he's like, just FYI, this is what happened, and you kind of get the replay of what happened, and Zeynep's like walking away smiling, but then Zeynep gets a call from Halal.
Yes.
And it's Halal had fainted in school, and they had called Zeynep, and she's like, don't tell my mom. But what Halal gets from Zeynep is a mother figure. Halal gets someone who's like, why do you need to change? Why are you taking diet pills? Don't, that whole thing. And so then Zeynep calls Serhat and is like, you need to get that woman out of your house or away from those children. She is evil. What she's doing to those children is evil. And
it is.
Oh, okay.
Now, Zeynep is like the one that has a true mother's love, and she's not even their mother, but she has the decency. Yeah, I agree.
Zeynep is the mother to all three of those girls.
Yeah, the only one that really cares about him. And she's the only adult that seems to be able to put aside her own desires and wishes for life and put the children first. I mean, Serhat tries, but he's in all this trauma all the time. He's always trying to figure this out and that out, and
he's too busy looking to take his revenge out on Kadarsh's father. That's what he's most busy with.
That's right.
So he's not able to, it's taken him this long to get Zeynep and what a wonderful woman that she actually is. He was blinded by his anger for Berrak, then he was blinded by knowing who is the man that took his wife. When it doesn't even matter at this point, she's the one that broke your trust. She's the one that hurt you. Whoever the father is, not important.
No,
honestly,
it really doesn't matter. But he sure wants to know.
He wants to murder the father. He wants to kill the father.
Yeah,
that's all he's talking about is I'm going to get him and I'm going to exact my revenge. No, the father's the one, not the father, but their wife is the one that broke you.
Yeah.
So, no.
I know. And so, do we want to go to the cliffhanger then?
Yes. Okay, so the cliffhanger. So, back to Chihan, what you were saying about the dealings and the passports. Go ahead and start with that.
Well, I mean, he gets caught because Serhat and John find the guy that let the bad people in without a passport. They finally track him down and they beat him up until he tells them what they want to know. And all of a sudden they find out that Jihan was the one that was arranging all this. I think John already suspected. I'm not sure if Serhat did or not because his head is just somewhere else, but he's found out
starting to have a different view of his brother Chihan once Zeynep told him that he hits his wife. So he's already kind of skewed there. So so it's easy for him to, kind of
he believes it. Yeah,
he needs that proof in what happened.
Yeah. So he shows up on the rooftop, has Jihan come over there. Jihan has no clue. He thinks they're still looking for Kadar's father, so he goes to find out what's happening.
And no. If you remember, he was talking to Berrak, or he was talking to Berrak on the front porch, like, what are you telling my wife about me with other women type of thing. And Jihan sees Serhat leaving the house, and so he's like, where are you going? He goes, I'm going to meet John. He's got the guy who does the passports on the roof, and so we're going to go talk. And so John, and Serhat get there, and John's like, it was you. And it was a whole bunch. It was Jihan. And Serhat's trying to, rationalize, and he's trying to talk to the passport guy, and he's like, who is it? Who is it? And out of the background comes a car. It's coming up, and a motorcycle. And that's how that scene closed down. But let's talk about the other cliffhanger part of this episode. All right.
Go for it.
Now, I am. the aunt and
I can't
uncle
handle
go
this
to the
scene.
wedding. Oh,
Yeah.
the aunt and uncle go to the wedding. They leave Kadarsh at home, and then the power goes out. And I'm going to go through this as quickly as possible. Okay. The power goes out. She lights a candle, and it burns. And Zeynep comes because Zeynep's like, why are they leaving that child at home? And Zeynep comes and she's knocking on the window because Kadarsh fell asleep. And so she gets her out of the apartment. And I'm going to tell you what Zeynep said. Because Kadarsh goes, don't ever leave me. Don't leave me there. And Zeynep's like, I will never leave you. I will never leave you. And she's crying in the street. She's like, I'm never going to leave you. You're, of course not. And I'm going to tell you, Zeynep came into her power.
Yeah.
Like a phoenix from the ashes, a mother rose out of that flame.
Mm-hmm.
And when she went, so then she takes and she walks with Kadarsh and she goes to Serhat's home. And Berrak is there. And she stands her ground and she goes, you know what? Kadarsh is moving in here. I'm moving in here. I'm not leaving you alone with Kadarsh, Halal, or Ilkham. She groups all the kids in there. She's like, you are a horrible mother, and I'm going to make sure that they actually grow up to be good people. And I was like,
yes, you go, girl.
Yeah.
I know it. And so that's where we leave it till next week. Oh my word. That's just crazy. Move on to the red flag of this episode. Who red flags?
I mean, I'm over here like Abru, Berrak, Sadef, Chihan, Tibet. It might be easier to say who's the green flag. Who's the green flag of the episode? And I feel like it's going to be the same person every time. Kadarsh and Zeynep.
Yep.
You know?
I agree.
You know, because
I would say the biggest red flag is Berrak. Because, I mean, there is no good in that woman. I don't believe there's any good in her. No heart whatsoever, except for herself. Totally consumed.
She doesn't even have heart for herself. She's like, I deserve this because I'm me.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's true.
She's got ego. She doesn't have heart. She's got ego.
Yeah. Yes. Because she's still determined she's not going to lose the man that she feels like belongs to her to somebody else. Yeah.
Right. But she lost him after she, yeah.
So my point is on the red flag this time, at this point, Kader doesn't need another dramatic adult speech. She needs a safe room, a snack, a therapist, and to tell Berrak to stay at least 3 blocks away from her at all times.
Yes. Yes.
That's what we need.
On that one.
So what about the cultural segment? Do you remember what you were going to ask?
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I have notes. Okay. So, first off, in one of the opening scenes, I noticed this beautiful cat in the background. Yes. And I was like, okay, so now I just have the question about Turkish people and cats. Like, is it like a Norway or like where they're like, cats can be anywhere?
Yes. The cats of Istanbul are famous.
Okay.
They will not get rid of them. They build they're mostly wild cats, although they do have some. They're beautiful, but they're everywhere. And people will not make them move if I've seen pictures. I've never seen one in this situation, but I've seen pictures and I can easily imagine it. So when you're going into the subway or a bus or anything, there's always where you have to go through these gates. Well, not a bus, but like the metro or whatever. You go through these gates. And so you swipe your card, right? And on top of those, where the terminals are, they'll take a picture of a cat.
Or I bet they don't have an issue with rats, though.
Well, no, I didn't see hardly any rats ever. Now, when I lived in New York City, that was a different story. But yes, in Istanbul, I never saw any rats around. Cats are everywhere. And so, since I don't care for cats, I'm not real excited about it. But yes, that's very common.
We have talked about this in a previous episode, I remember.
Yeah.
And so after you started talking about it, I was like, this all sounds familiar. But I liked that it showed through in the episode that I was like, wait a second. All right, my other question is there is a bridge that is in this show that looks almost like the Golden Gate Bridge. What bridge is that?
Okay, so there's now 3 bridges, but the third one is new, but there's 2. And the one that you're seeing all the time is the famous one in Istanbul, and locally it's called the First Bridge.
Good
It
name.
does have an official name, but it's called the First Bridge, and then the other one's called the Second Bridge. So I mean, it's very easy to know which one's which. But actually, where I lived in Istanbul, I'm just one neighborhood over from where the bridge, the big pilings of the bridge, comes down. And so there actually are flats that I've stayed in there that are Airbnbs that are almost directly underneath those great big cement,
Pillars. Yeah.
pillars that go all the way up to the top. And what's so cool, the reason I love this, so I could see this from my flat at night, that bridge. And I'm still looking for a flat again to find that where I get that view. Because at night they put different lights on it, so the colors change, and it'll be one color and then it'll change to another color, and then some nights it'll stay like all red or all green or whatever. It's absolutely beautiful. It's the most gorgeous bridge. And that is the first bridge. The reason it's called the First Bridge is because it was built, I think, in the 70s, and that was the first time that you could drive from the European continent to the Asian continent and back and forth, because Istanbul, is on 2 continents. Before that, people always had to take a ferry. And you can still take ferries, but you can now drive on the bridge as well.
Love that. It is
That's
a beautiful bridge.
It is. It's gorgeous.
And then one thing I noticed in here, there's a lot of Turkish phrases in this episode, more so in previous ones, like let the honey drip from your lips. When someone's talking sweetly about you. There was something about apples at one point. But the phrases, I'm over here like I'm gonna start looking for more Turkish phrases and I'll write them down.
Yes. Okay.
They're very much like, I hope God punishes you. I'm like, you're not even sugarcoating it. You're like, God should punish you.
Their phrases are so descriptive. That's one thing I love about their language.
Let the honey drip from your lips. I'm gonna tell you, if that was said to me by a nice looking man, I'd be like, yes, let the honey drip.
Yeah, it's really hard. It's really hard to resist when they talk like that. I'm telling you.
Yeah, they talk like they're in a romance novel. But it's all about secrets.
They don't always just talk about secrets, but they really do. Their language is so poetic and they have all these phrases like what you're picking up on, and when you translate them, they're just beautiful, but they sound even better when they're spoken in Turkish.
I'm sure the translation into English is not the same. Because sometimes it comes across some of the phrases. I'll notice it in the next episode, to where sometimes they'll mess up the phrases with the with the subscripts and everything, and so I'm like, what's that mean? But it sounds funny, like let the apple fall in the basket or something like that, or whatever it is she's a son of an apple, or whatever it was that they were talking about with apples. I don't know, but it made me want an apple.
I don't remember what they said. I didn't catch that one.
Oh no, made me want an apple.
That's funny. So what about the Wild Theory Corner?
I 100%
coming.
I 100% think that Kadarsh's father is Tibet.
All right. We'll find out eventually.
I know, I'm over here like, it's gotta be, but we're not there yet. But I'm over here like, Chihan knows. Yeah. Chihan is a dirty dealing, backstabbing. I mean, he and Berrak, why aren't they married?
Those two would make a good pair, wouldn't they?
Actually, you know what? I think that's why they're not married, because them two together would be like,
they would destroy each other.
They'd have an evil lair up in the mountains plotting like world revenge. They'd look like Pinky and the Brain.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if you're right. But yeah, we'll see what happens in the next episode, if we do come any closer to finding out who Kadar's father is or not.
Do you know who it is? Because you've watched so far ahead.
Yes. I know who they say it is. Okay, so I know who they say it is, but my personal opinion is that even who they say it is not actually the father. So sorry to make that loud.
Are you telling me I don't have a high resolution?
Yes, you will have a high resolution, but I've watched far enough that I'm starting to doubt the high resolution. Now, I could be very wrong because, yes, there is a resolution, but the more I think about it, I'm like, because I still go back to that DNA test when Abru was so sure it was Jihan and it wasn't Jihan. I'm like, but Kader looks like Serhat. She looks like Serhat.
But that's also the actress.
I know, but I mean, they chose her for a reason. She's actually a very good actress.
So stinky. She's got to act a lot. Like, I'm going to tell you, that 6-year-old is holding her own against adults.
She is. She's adorable.
But I don't think it's Jihan because Berrak would never let him. Does that make sense? Like,
yeah,
he's below.
I don't think she loved. I don't think she loved the guy that's his. No.
I think whoever was the lover, who's the father of Kadar's, that Berrak got manipulated into it somehow. 150% agree with that. But I don't think Jihan is intelligent enough as a character to have done that manipulation because he's so obsessed with Azra.
Right.
His obsession with Azra is, I mean...
Yeah.
Like, if he wasn't married to her, then he would be watching her, noticing when she changed the living room furniture around from her window.
Yeah, he'd be a stalker.
He's obsessed with
He's like a stalker. Yeah, he really is.
And that's why I don't think it's him, is because of his obsession with his own wife. And that he has fear with Berrak. And I think it's because she knows about his double dealings, and she knows a lot of information about him, because
they're two of a kind. He knows that she'll blackmail him right back. Yeah.
Exactly. That was his only worthy adversary.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's what it was. She was the only
Well, just remember that. I'll quote that back to you one of these days. All right. So our Disney survival guide this time, I think this is pretty funny. Anytime someone in a Turkish Disney gets a dramatic phone call, just assume you're about 3 scenes away from either a secret, a debt, a hospital, or someone yelling in the hallway.
Or someone getting shot.
That's right. That's right. Or you hear the shot go off, but you don't know who got shot.
Right. Or that. You don't know what, you hear the shot go off and you're like, okay, wait, who got shot? What happened? So,
So we're on till next week. We'll check back and see what happened after this cliffhanger. So thank you so much for tuning in to Turkish Joy, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.